If you run a cleaning company, a landscaping business, pest control company, pressure washing business, or any local home service business doing around $40,000 and $50,000 a month, I'm about to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. Over the last few years, I've spent somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000 running MetaHat for my own cleaning business. During that time, I grew from $2,297 a month to over $35,000 a month, generated around 180 qualified leads every month, and I tested thousands of ad variations, different hooks, headlines, offers, images, and videos. And looking back, almost every successful campaign had one thing in common. It used one of just 3 ad creatives. Not fancy editing, not expensive cameras, not viral trend, just 3 simple ad formats that consistently attracted homeowners who were actually ready to buy. In fact, I'd go as far as saying these 3 ad creative have the potential to help build a $1 million home service business. Not because they are some secret meta hack, but because they solve the one problem that actually matters: getting your business in front of the right homeowner at the right time and with the right message. So in this video, I'm going to break down each one, explain the psychology behind why it works, show you exactly how I'd use it for a home service business, and give you a simple exercise you can implement this week. Because if I had to start over tomorrow with a cleaning company, a landscaping business, roofing company, plumbing business, HVAC company, or almost any local home service business, these are the only 3 meta ads I'd run. Now, before I show you the first ad, there's something important you need to understand. Most home service business owners think winning on meta ad comes down to finding the perfect audience, the perfect budget, or some hidden settings inside Ad Manager. It doesn't. The real battle isn't inside meta ads, it's inside your customer's thumb. Every time someone opens Facebook or Instagram, they're making thousands of split-second decisions: scroll or stop. In psychology, there's a concept called the picture superiority effect. Simply put, our brains process visuals incredibly quickly, and we instinctively pay attention to things that feel relevant before we've consciously decided to do so. That's exactly what happens on social media. Your potential customer isn't opening Facebook hoping to find a cleaning company or a roofer or a landscaper. They are there to catch up with friends, watch videos, and be entertained. So before you earn their business, you have to earn something much harder: their attention. And after testing thousands of ad variations, I noticed something interesting. The campaigns that consistently generate qualified leads all achieved one of 3 things. They either built trust, borrowed trust, or demonstrated trust. Everything else, the targeting, the budget, the optimization, simply amplified those fundamentals. So let's start with the first creative, the local authority ad. If you've never run meta ads before, this is the very first ad I'd launch. Not a discount, not a fancy promotional video, not an animated commercial, just you standing in front of a recently completed job, your work van, or even inside a customer's home after finishing the project. Because homeowners don't buy from logos, they buy from people. Now, here's exactly how I'd structure this ad. Start by introducing yourself in the first 3 seconds. Hey, I'm Daniel, owner of XYZ Cleaning. Immediately after that, tell people who you help and where you help them. For the last 5 years, we've been helping homeowners across San Diego keep their homes spotless without spending their weekends cleaning. Then, establish credibility. Mention how long you've been in business, how many customers you've served, how many 5 stars review you've earned, or a result you're genuinely proud of. Don't exaggerate. Specific numbers almost always outperform vague claims like "we're the best." Next, show your work. Not stock footage, not cinematic drone shot, real footage. Show your team arriving, show your equipment, show the cleaning process, show the transformation. Show yourself talking to a customer. If you have uniform, wear them. If your vehicle have brandings, include them. Every visual should answer one question in the homeowner's mind: can I trust these people inside my home? Then address one common problem your ideal customer already has. For example, if you've ever booked a cleaner who arrived late, rushed through the job, and left you disappointed, that's exactly why we built our business differently. Finally, end with a simple invitation. If you'd like a free quote, send us a message and we'll let you know exactly how we can help. Notice what we didn't do. We didn't talk about being number 1. We didn't claim to be the cheapest. We didn't overwhelm people with 10 different offers. We simply introduced the business in a way that made it feel familiar, trustworthy, and local. And that's exactly why this works. One of the most powerful concepts in consumer psychology is called the mere exposure effect. It says that people naturally develop a preference for people and things that feel familiar. The more someone sees your face, hears your voice, recognizes your truck, or remember your company name, the less risky your business feels. Think about it. If 2 cleaning companies charge the exact same price, one is a logo you've never seen before, the other is a company you've watched on Facebook 3 or 4 times over the last month. You've seen the owner, you've seen the team, you've seen real jobs. Without even realizing it, you've already started trusting one of them. That's the power of becoming familiar before asking someone to buy. Your first meta ad isn't trying to close the sale. It's simply introducing your business so that when a homeowner finally needs your service, the name is the first one they remember. Which leads us to creative number 2, that is a customer story ad. Now, once people know who you are, the next step isn't convincing them that you're great. It's showing them that you've solved the exact problem they're facing. That's where the second creative comes in, the customer story ad. And in my opinion, this is one of the most underused ad format in the entire home service industry. Most business owners think customers testimonial mean asking someone to stand in front of a camera and say, "Daniel did an amazing job, 5 stars, highly recommend." The problem is, nobody talks like that in real life. And because everyone knows it's a testimonial, people naturally become skeptical. Instead, tell a story. Every great customer story follows the same simple structure: the situation, the problem, the solution, the outcome. For example, last month, Sarah contacted us because she was moving out of a rental property. She had hired another cleaning company a week earlier, but they cancelled the night before the inspection. She was stressed, running out of time, and worried she'd lose part of her bond. So, our team came in the very next morning, completed the entire end of lease clean, and even fixed a few areas the property manager had highlighted. 2 days later, she got her full bond back and left us this message. Now, compare that to, we're Austin's highest product cleaning company with hundreds of happy customers. Which one would you believe? Exactly. Because stories don't feel like advertisements, they feel like experiences. And that's exactly what makes them so powerful. Another thing I love about customer story ads is that they attract the right people naturally. If someone watching your ad is also moving out, or preparing to sell their home, or struggling to keep up with cleaning because of work or family, they immediately think, that's literally my situation. You don't have to convince them they have a problem. The story does it for you. One tip I always give business owners is this: don't try to tell the story of your business, tell the story of your customer. Make them the hero. You're simply the guy that helped them get the result. You'll be amazed how much more engaging your ad become. So the next time a customer leaves you a great review, don't just screenshot it. Pick up your phone, call them, ask them what was happening before they hired you, why they chose you, what they were worried about, and what changed after the job was done. Those answers are worth far more than another 5-star graphic. And there's a fascinating psychological reason why this works so well. It's called the narrative transportation effect. Researchers have found that when people become absorbed in a story, they temporarily lower their skepticism and imagine themselves inside that experience. Instead of evaluating every marketing claim, their brain start asking a completely different question. What if this was me? That's exactly what you want your advertisement to do. You're not asking homeowner to imagine hiring your company, you're helping them imagine life after the problem has already been solved. And when someone can clearly picture themselves getting that same outcome, making the decision to contact you becomes much easier. That's the real power of a great customer story. Which leads us to creative number 3, that is the transformation ad. Now, by this point, your prospect knows who you are. They've heard story from your customers, but there's still one question left in their mind: can these guys actually deliver? And that's exactly what the third creative answers: the transformation ad. This is probably the simplest ad you ever create, but when it's done properly, it can become one of the highest performing pieces of content you ever run. Because instead of asking people to believe your claims, you simply show them the result. For a cleaning company, show the room before you tossed it, then show the room 30 minutes later. For a pressure washing business, show the driveway covered in years of dirt, then review the finished result. For a landscaping company, show the overgrown yard, then show the complete transformation. For a roofing company, show the damaged roof, then show the finished installation. The biggest mistakes I see businesses make is rushing this shot. They will show the before for half a second and the after for half a second, then move on. Don't do that. Let people absorb the difference. Use the same camera angle, the same lighting if possible, the same framing. Make it effortless for someone scrolling to compare the before and after. Another thing I always recommend is adding context. Instead of simply saying before and after, say something like, this driveway hadn't been cleaned in over 7 years, or this family was preparing to sell their home and wanted to maximize its presentation before listing. Specific details make ordinary transformation feel extraordinary. If possible, film the customer's reaction. Capture their smile, their surprise, their first impression. Those moments often become more persuasive than the transformation itself. One practical exercise I'd give you this week is incredibly simple. Every single time your team finishes a job, take 60 seconds, film 3 clips, one before, one during, and one after. Do that consistently for the next 30 days and you'll never run out of meta ad creatives again. And here's why this works so well. According to 3M Corporation, people process visual information dramatically faster than reading text, making image one of the quickest ways to communicate a message. While the exact speed is often debated, the broader conclusion is consistent across visual cognition research. Our brains understand visual changes far more efficiently than long explanations. Researchers have also found that the brain is naturally drawn to high visual contrast and noticeable change. That's why before and after images are so compelling. They create an immediate, easy to understand comparison that requires almost no mental effort. There's another concept from psychology called the seeing is believing effect. When people can visually verify a claim for themselves, they don't need as much persuasion. The evidence is right in front of them. That's exactly why transformation ads outperform generic promotional videos so often. You're no longer asking homeowners customers to imagine the result. You're letting them see it with their own eyes. And there's data to support this approach. A Wisel survey has consistently found that the vast majority of consumers say they've been convinced to buy a product or service after watching a brand's video. Likewise, Google has reported that videos play a significant role in helping people discover businesses and make purchase decisions online. The lesson isn't that every business needs a Hollywood production. It's the opposite. People don't need more promises, they need more proof. That's exactly what transformation ads provide. If your first ad made homeowners recognize your business and your second ad helped them relate to your customers, this third ad removed the final layer of uncertainty. Because once someone has seen the transformation with their own eyes, they don't have to wonder whether you can do the job. They've already watched you do it. Now, here's the truth. These three creatives aren't revolutionary. They are not secret meta ad hack. They are simply the three types of ad that answers the three questions every homeowner is asked before hiring a service business. Who are you? Can I trust you? Can you actually deliver? If you can answer those three questions consistently, you will already be ahead of the vast majority of home service businesses running meta ads today. Now, here's my challenge for you. Over the next 30 days, create one local authority ad, one customer story ad, and one transformation ad. Don't worry about making them perfect. Just get them out there. Because every great campaign starts with testing, learning, and improving. And if you've made it this far, I'm willing to bet you're serious about growing your business. So if you're running a cleaning company, a landscaping business, pest control company, roofing company, HVAC business, plumbing company, or any local home service business, and you want someone to personally look at your meta ads, your landing page, or your overall marketing strategy, I'll be happy to help. I'll leave a link in the description where you can book a free strategy call with me. We'll look at what's working, what's costing you leads, and the biggest opportunities to generate more qualified customers consistently. And if you're not quite ready for that yet, no problem. Every week, I post practical videos just like this to help home service business owners generate more leads, book more jobs, and grow profitable businesses using meta ads. So if you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Also, don't forget to check out the link in the description if you're struggling to generate qualified leads.